It's been a great afternoon, an afternoon well spent. I think you'll have a beautiful space here, the Vijaybhoomi Academy, University. And yeah, it's been a great session. We did a one-on-one with a few students, and the students asked some really nice, thoughtful questions. The session itself was mostly about, how music is kind of created in the real world, which is quite different from, how you would kind of experience it in an academic situation. So, I spoke about my experiences and what it's been like, creating music, and a little bit about my journey and, how I approach music and what are the qualities that are required for a musician coming out of a music school in order to operate in the real world. Uh, I don't think I have one particular advice for all the musicians. I would give different advice to different musicians depending on what level they're at. I think if you're somebody who's finishing school, if you're finishing college, then the advice would be slightly different for versus somebody who's kind of starting out and in their first year. For example, if you're in your first year and you're just beginning your journey into studying music, I would say don't worry so much about the career and focus more on finding yourself and being centered in what kind of music you want to create, and also finding your own sound. I would say the same thing if you're somebody who's in the middle of it, middle of creating music. I would say try and remain focused on one thing, but listen to lots of different kinds of music, because music is vast and music is deep, and it's not just beyond what you will apply in a particular industry. I think it's more important to remain open and listen to like cultural music from other places. And what I mean by that is not film music, but music from different cultures, tribal music from different cultures, because that is the root really of all music, whether it's African music or North African or Indian classical music, especially if you're from India. And the same thing, if you take it further and if I'm talking to somebody who's actually more advanced and finishing their school or finishing college, I would say maybe now is the time to maybe take some time off, and whatever you've studied, try and kind of process that and start applying it immediately and build muscle memory of creating music. So it's not one piece of advice. I would say I have different advice for different kinds of musicians at different levels. It's great. I mean, you'll have a great thing going here. It's a beautiful space, very inspiring place to study music and to study any kind of art, I would say. It's not only inspiring for students, it's inspiring for even us as teachers, to be in this wonderful space away from the chaos and madness of Bombay. And it's not too far from Bombay, actually. We're just, 2 hours away. So great. I wish you a lot of success, and I hope this school finds, does well and creates lots of great alumni, because we need, good people coming out of such spaces.